Welcome to Unscripted Coding. Today we are going to be drawing on an Android tablet. Now this is an oddity if you've been following my channel, because normally I use iPads. Anything that is a bit more creative, I'm using an iPad because Procreate and the apps on iPad are just fantastic. You get Photoshop, you get Clip Studio. Android is catching up, and the tablet I'm using is the Samsung S6 Lite. This thing is cheap. It's $200-300 American, very affordable, comes with the S Pen right in the box, so you don't need another $80-90 accessory to attach onto your price. So on the cheap, you have really a nice package if it works. And I found that the S6 Lite has been my go-to for doing a bit of doodling whenever I want, because I could take it outside, I can throw it in my bag. I'm not really worried about scratching, damaging, even losing it. If somebody steals this, it's not the end of the world for me. Now I'm looking at my screen, and you need to know that I am casting this over, so it is 720p footage you're looking at, but the actual screen I think is a 2000 by 1000 resolution, so it's quite sharp. The canvas I'm working on right now is 2560 by 1440, so full quad HD. Now, I think if you have played around with different painting apps, you're going to realize that this is actually running very smoothly for something on such low-end hardware and a pretty decent resolution. So, why I wanted to do this video very quickly is to show you guys that you don't need an iPad, especially someone like me who isn't a great artist. Terrible artist. Really what I needed is a scratch pad to start drawing various things. So I don't know what I'm doing here. A burger, if I wanted to do this. More in tune with this particular channel, we might be doing more mock-ups, and there are no performance issues when I'm drawing this on such a cheap tablet, so that's why I'm very happy about it. One of the big things for me, and I'm going to quickly draw a face here. Okay, one of the things that I look for in a lot of painting apps is this thing called Liquify Pen. So you're going to see that over here. Liquify is to actually nudge your painting in the right direction. So if I realize the smile isn't quite right, if I use my layers and flip it left and right, it looks a bit weird now. So let's fix this up. You can nudge your face in the right direction and make it look a little more natural without redrawing or erasing. A lot of apps have it nowadays, but they're not very good implementations, and I find that this particular app that I'm using, ibisPaint, has a great liquify feature that matches that of Procreate. Now, it does take a bit of time to get used to how their menu on the side works in comparison to Procreate, and some of these adjustments just aren't quite as advanced as Procreate on the iPad. But if you're doing basic sketches, it's really not too bad. So With that kind of glowing recommendation of, if you want this for your kids, if you want to do this on a short budget, the S6 Lite, Samsung and their S Pens are really, really good. The other thing that I like about this is that they have these rubber tips that are kind of like the Surface, and I like how they slide across the screen a lot more than the iPad plastic on plastic. So, really happy. We're going to draw something now. It has all the features you might expect, so you're going to see me use layers, you're going to see me smudge, draw, erase, fiddle with some of the settings with the brushes as well. And there we have it. It's always interesting because how it appears on the tablet looks a little bit different than how it looks on screen, so I had to adjust it at the very end, just darken it a little bit to make it look right on the screen. But you can see this is fairly quick. There's not a ton of work that went into this, but this is my pumpkin wearing a witch's hat for Halloween. Very simple, very straightforward. You saw a lot of the tools. Bottom line is the iPad's great. If you can spring for one and you want to do drawing, you want to do art and design, even a total amateur, an idiot like me knows iPad's the way to go. But if you are on a budget, not everyone can afford it. You need something with a pen, and I think the cheapest one that has an active, a pen that has that pressure sensitivity, the cheapest thing you can get is our Samsung tablets. So it's been a real joy to use, honestly. You miss just a few of the things in Procreate, but it runs extraordinarily smooth. It works great, and if I got into the groove a little bit more, got used to the interface a little bit more, I don't think I'd have any trouble with this whatsoever. And Android is getting better and better apps. This is ibisPaint. Works really well as a good sketch pad, as a good kind of quick get your ideas down. But they now have Clip Studio Paint, which is a subscription fee. Like, I hate that, but it shows that the Android tablets, even at the low end, are very capable devices that you can have basically full Photoshop style applications on there. I've also played with Krita on this, an open source concept art, kind of like Photoshop as well. Now on my screen, I think it's 10.1 inch. It's a little cluttered, but again, speed hasn't really been much of an issue as it used to be on Android. So hopefully you found that helpful, entertaining. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Anything you can do to help this channel out will help me out as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.